Good morning, everybody. 8:10 a.m., August 12th. Hallelujah. I think I got my computer problems figured out. I had to reset everything over the last couple of days. I think I'm pretty much back. So that was not a fun experience. However, we have markets to talk about, and we will talk about them. So what we've been doing in the markets, we kind of like went up to that 65 VIX, and then we're bouncing, right? We've been bouncing up. A couple of days you went down, but eventually we're kind of just, our trajectory is headed up. I don't know how far this is going to go, but that's what we're doing right now. Now this morning I still have to add relative volume, but the relative volume is very low today. Um, I can show you that in a sec. I have to like actually set that up. I forgot to set that one up in my system here. Well, anyway, so that's what's been going on. We got some. We don't have a ton of news this morning. We have a big week though of news. So let's get into it. So without further ado, welcome to my channel. My name is Steven Gonzalez. Use volume profile, market profile to find structure in the markets, along with gamma, exposure level, supply and demand, the most traded price of the year, the month, the week, and the preceding day. All helps me find structure in these markets. It's my edge, okay? And obviously, we get into when I put day trades on, that's a whole nother analysis, right? And I've been putting out videos of my trades, and you can see what I use as my criteria once the market opens up. Okay, I just did a short over the weekend, which was supposed to be done the prior week, but with all my computer issues, I kind of got delayed. I'm going to have another one, another trade coming up that I did last week in there as well. But hopefully, you can join me every day at around 8:10 a.m. Have a cup of coffee. Have a cup. I forgot to turn my phone off. Have a cup of coffee. Just listen to what I'd go over here. We do the trade recap. We go over leaders and laggards, economic calendar, market news. Then we go over some daily charts. And then I call it the main event. Around 8:30, we go over the market profile and volume profile, which is the ES and Nasdaq futures. That's where I do my analysis. We do short and long trade scenarios. All right, that's the game plan. I do it live with you guys. I don't do it pre-market at all. I do it live. This is part of my process with or without anybody watching. All right, so hopefully you can join me. Okay, and you can subscribe. You can set an alert. Okay, and if you do like my content, if you give me a big thumbs up or a like, that'd be much appreciated. And you can always follow me on X at Gonzo719. And I finally added my TikTok. It's Gonzo719 Trader. You can follow me there. Okay. Now, let's get into this. Let's start off with the futures watch list here. Boom. All right, let's talk about these futures here. What do we have going on this morning? Now, whoa, they got a big separation between Bitcoin and Ether, right? So Ether's up 3.15. All right, let's get that out of the mix here. 3.15. Silver's up 1.42. Crude up 1%. VIX up 0.64. We're at a 20 VIX. Gold is up 0.37. Nasdaq's up 0.24. ES up 0.23. The Dow is up 0.15. The dollar's up 0.09. And 30-year bonds are flat. 10-year yield has not reported yet. I'm sure that will be flat, close to flat as well. The Russell's down 0.11, and Bitcoin was down, I believe, more than that earlier. It's down 1.69%. 1.69%. Okay, now we can move on to the Mag 7 Plus. All right, let's go to that. We got Nvidia leading the pack, up 0.81. Amazon up 0.69, Microsoft up 0.54, Broadcom up 0.50. All right, that's the leaders. We have some, the little laggard is Coinbase, that is down 0.55 with the Bitcoin. Okay, moving on. Top sector list here. Eli Lilly's been made a monster move. They're up 1.53. Walmart just got an upgrade price target raise, I believe, and they're up 0.59. And Exxon and Chevron enjoying crude rise. Okay, and Qualcomm has actually gotten a downgrade. They are down 1.33%. All right, let's move on to the swing trade list. See what's going on there. Starbucks. There's a couple things going on with them. I believe there's some new investor. Don't quote me on that. I believe that's why it's moving up as well. But there's also some news, so that's up. Hood is up 1.67. Gold Junior Miners up 1.24%. Tilray's up 1.12. Lucid up 9.94. Intel's up 0.91. There's not a lot of leaders there. Okay, let's look at laggards. Hawaiian Electric. All right, they are down 10.32%. JetBlue down 7.93%. Mara doing a convertible note. Debt offering, they are down 3.11%. I believe that is Las Vegas Sands down 1.74. Bitcoin ETF down 1.62. Donald Trump's down 1.37. I believe that's Best Buy down 1.35. And MicroStrategy, with that 10-to-1 split, now we're at $133 a share. They are down 1.18%, and you got Win down almost a percent. Okay. All right. Moving on to the guts, the sectors. Let's see what they're doing today. Energy's up 0.47. Technology's up 0.30. Semiconductors up 0.24. Financials up 0.21. Discretionary up 0.14, and utilities up 0.12, and healthcare is up 0.1. There is no laggard today. There is no lagging sector today. Okay? Now, let's go over to some economic calendar. Okay? And some news. Let's do that. Okay, just give me 1 second here. All right, into that economic calendar. Here we go. Now, this week, what do we have here? Okay. Today, not much. On Tuesday, you got PPI, core PPI, Fed Bostic. Wednesday, we have CPI. So that should be big. Looking for a reduction this week. Then we got retail sales, New York Empire State Manufacturing, Philly Fed, retail sales. Then there's a Fed, I don't recognize that, Muslim speech, Fed Harker speech, so some Fed speak this week. Friday, we have Michigan consumer sentiment and more Fed speak. That is the economic calendar. Okay. Is there any really big news? Let's check out your juice. Let's see. Actually, we're going to go in twofold here. Let's look at what I mentioned to you guys before with Starbucks. Starbucks looks 2.7%. With the Wall Street Journal reported that activist investor Starboard Value has taken a stake in the coffee giant. All right. Hawaiian Electric, that stock slumped 10%. The utility firm raised going concern doubts late last week in the wake of disclosing that it did not have a financing plan in place for the $1.99 billion Maui wildfire settlement. Hood stock rose 1.4% after the brokerage Piper Sandler upgraded its stance on the trading platform to overweight from neutral. And that's that Marathon Digital stock fell 3.9. I told you after that convertible debt offering. Okay. And then it looks like Trump stock slipped 0.7 after Elon Musk is set to interview Donald Trump Monday on the social media X as a rival to Republican presidential candidate own social media sites Truth Social. All right, let's go to here. Disney's unveiling, I believe, new rides: Avatar, Indiana Jones, and Encanto and Monsters Inc. attractions. Okay, Boeing got a new contract. Tesla stops taking orders for cheapest Cybertruck, offers 100,000 version now. Pfizer's RSV vaccine shows benefit in immunocompromised adults. I'm trying to just see if there's anything else. I don't think there was anything else here that I wanted to talk about. No, we can go to upgrades and downgrades. Let me just refresh this to see if they included the Qualcomm. Oh, yes, they did now. Okay. Okay. Let's go over upgrades and downgrades. Okay. Let's see. Allstate got an upgrade. Okay. I'm only going to mention stocks that matter. Hood, there's the upgrade. Eli Lilly got an upgrade. Price target 1,025. My lord. Progressive upgrade. Prudential upgrade. Take Two upgrade. Okay. Now let's go to the downgrades. Downgrades. Let's see. There's the Qualcomm downgrade. From outperform to peer perform. That's the downgrade there. Okay. We can go to price targets. Let's check out those together. All right, let's go to target raise trade desk. Target raise to 130. Let's see here. Let's keep going here. All right, that's about it. There's not a lot of target raises. All right, so target lowered. Let's see. Plug Power target lowered. Monster Energy Drinks target lowered. That's about it there. All right. I think that's going to do it. The juice didn't have much. We're going over the economic calendar. Yeah, I think that will do it. All right, I think we're going to move over to daily charts. So give me 1 second while I bring those up. Give me 1 sec while I bring those up. All right, let's look at those daily charts. That is not daily charts. That is daily charts. All right, here we go. So let's look at the SPY. Now, we can see here, look at this uptrend. It's just hitting this uptrend line, right? Started here, one touch, two touch. So, pretty steep, but see if that holds. Okay, see if that holds. Now, I'm going to do one setting here so we can really see here. Give me 1 sec here. I'm going to take this down to 0 just so we can see last week's highs and lows. So what we did last week is, look, previous high is here, week's high, last week's low is here. We went inside the previous week. We went inside the previous week. All right, we closed inside the previous week. Closed above the 90 EMA daily and closed above the 100-day moving average. All right. Now, there's a couple things I just wanted to show you guys. All right. Let's first talk about where we're at now. 534.74. So 530. Let's get in here. 534.74. We are very gapping up here. Okay, right at yesterday's highs. That's where we're at now. All right, and we'll just get the live look, and then I'll go back to what I wanted to show you. Here's the ES futures. All right, right at the 100-day moving average in futures. Okay, so you can just see the movement up, and we broke this resistance. Okay, so let's see where that can possibly go. Now, going back to the SPY, okay, a couple things here. What you want to always do is look at fibs. So if we go from the all-time highs down to this low, what does this line up with? Well, a 50% retracement is 537.71. Okay, happens to line up with last month's lows. All right, the bottom right here of this candle right here. So that could be our destination, and this might roll over from there. We don't know, but 537, mark it down. 537 is the 50% retracement from the all-time highs. Very important level. Okay. Now, another thing I want to talk about. All right, that was very important. I'm going to bring you guys to a different chart. Okay, right here. And right here. All right. Now, on this chart, I have an anchored VWAP from the beginning of the year, this big dashed line here. Now, look what the market did when it came there. Bounced right off of it. That is the average volume weighted average price of from the beginning of the year. So you can see from the beginning of the year, there's support here, and it was support again. And all that means is the average buyer from the start of the year is still back in profit now. Okay, so the average buyer throughout the whole year, starting here, is still in profit. We did not lose that. If we lose that level, which is around 514, that is probably where a real market correction will happen. You have 200-day moving average. We didn't touch it. I just wanted to bring that up to you guys' attention. I think that's very important to look at, okay, to have on your charts. Very, very important. So I'm going to bring us back here. Go back to this setting. I really got to set that setting in there. Now, I apologize. Some of the things I still have to save in some of my settings that I have here. Not everything's back to 100%. All right, so that's where we're at. All right, in this SPY. Now the Qs. Let's look at the Qs. Qs also have a little trend it's working on here. Qs also close within the previous week's range. Okay, right at the 90 MA daily. Okay, where is the Qs now? 452.30. 452.30. It's gapping up right here. All right, this is last month's lows. So we're approaching last month's lows. Okay, and there's a little gap here too. All right, so that's what's going on in the Qs. Let's go to the live look, and then I'll show you something else on the Qs. Okay, so here's that look. Now the big level in the Qs, 185.44, has been taken. I'll go over that later, but it has been taken. That is the bull bear line. That is very important. That is very important. It took back that level. Okay, this is what the live look of the futures is. Now, as far as the Qs, let's look at the Fibonacci on the Qs here. Let's go to all-time highs. We're not even at the 38.2 retracement yet. 50% is 463.40. Okay, you're farther along with the SPY, but note the 463.40 level down. Write it down. Okay. Okay. Now, one other thing to note in the Qs. Okay, another big important level. I'm going to move us to another chart again real quickly. I think I did the wrong chart here. Man, it's like I'm rusty today. I'm going to show you guys the Qs here. Okay, look at what the Qs did. Very important. Now, I look at a couple things here. This is the volume profile for the year ago. 438 was the most traded price, and now it dipped below it. Look, hit the 200-day moving average, couldn't close below it, And now look, that's the anchor VWAP for the year. It has now taken back. Look, the Q's lost that, and it's now taking it back. Just showing you the importance of those levels. Okay, that's all I'm showing you. Okay. I'm going to save that now so I don't have to do this again. Alrighty. So that's what's going on there. Okay. Now, let's look at the triple-headed monster now. And we'll go look at that 10-year yield, which I said should be flat. So let's go to that triple-headed monster, and we'll look at that 10-year yield. Now, the 10-year yield right now is down 0.25%. Down 0.25%. Okay. So we're in a little range right now, right here. Right. I got CPI this week, so I'd expect some movement in that 10-year yield. Okay. Let's look at the dollar together. Dollar's in a range as well. Okay. Dollar is in a range as well. Right in here. All right, let's go to that VIX. VIX, we're at a 20. Look, we were all the way up 65. We're all the way down to 20. Still has some fear, right? 16 VIX, I always say it, is 1% expected move in the S&P 500, plus or minus. Okay, so we're above that. I still expect. Now, I said the volume today is relatively low. Okay, it's relatively low. So that is your triple-headed monster. Okay, and then let's go to, what do we go to next here? We're going to go to the market profile and volume profile. Okay, give me one sec while we pull that up. Okay. All right, here we are. All right, so let's do this, and we're gonna, you know what we do. We look at structure. So give me one second here. All right. First thing we're gonna do, look at structure. Okay. And then we're going to look at the composite volume profile here on the right. So here we go. Then we got the value area. That's 70% of the trade right here. And you got a little excess right here being put in right now. Okay. Right now. Look at important levels here. All right. We have the most traded price of the week. 53.45. That's that purple box right here. 53.45. Okay. Price is here at 53.85. Okay. Here's the most traded price of Friday. We are above that. We are above the most traded price of the week. We are above month to date VWAP. All bullish. Okay. Structure wise, we are bullish. Doesn't matter even if we did this today. Still in the structure of bullish momentum too. Okay. So let's look at what we did. Now I did have a couple trades on Friday. They were winners. Nothing monster. Well, it was a good trade, but I don't know if I'm going to make a short about it. But you can see what we did here. Once we came down here, I got long and I wrote it up a little bit. I added to it, and I didn't get the big move because the big move came later. I got a decent trade. But you can't win. They can't all be big winners. Okay, so we just have to look at what we have now, right? So here is Friday's highs, Friday's lows, overnight high, overnight low, price. So we're within Friday's range, up the upper portion of Friday's range. Okay. Now, what we have above us is single prints from the past. This is all single prints, which means they should not be very resistant if the market has some strength today. Okay. Now you have a naked VPOC at 54.20. A naked VPOC is just the most traded price of a day that's never been tested, never been touched. Okay, I keep those on my charts. They're very important because they act as magnets. Act as magnets. Okay, so let's look at inventory here. We opened here. That's kind of balanced, right? So that's not an edge today. Inventory is not an edge today. Okay, and the volume was so low, there wasn't much demand. There wasn't much stuff like that. So what I would say here, okay, I'm trying to look at nuance levels here. What we do have here is what I'm paying attention to right now is two things. Okay, so like I said, we're in a bullish structure. All right, I'm going to get right into scenarios. I'm not going to sugarcoat it anymore. No need to sugarcoat. Let's get right into the scenarios. Let's get into those scenarios. All right, now we're going to start with the bull case. Okay, the bullish case. Now, what did I say? The most traded price of the week is 53.45, right? So, overnight low is right here. You have a weak low here. So, this is what bulls need to defend. Okay, most traded price of the week, overnight low. Okay, and you also have monthly VWAP at 53.33. So, even down to here. I'd even extend this into this demand to the Friday's lows. But I'm really going to concentrate here. Okay, so let's go right here. So what I like to see for today. Okay, let's just say we do this, right? We come down, market gets a little. This could be a little bit of a bear trap. You come right down and you start testing the overnight lows and the most traded price of the week. If we do one of these, higher low, well, we can make our run and go to that 54.20. There's also a gap, okay, up here as well. This is the gap. So you can actually go all the way up and try to fill that gap. Okay, that gap fill would be here. And let's give I'm going to give you the levels of the gap. So the gap is from 54.18 up to 54.45. Okay, write those down. So remember, nothing's perfect. So even if we did this, came down here and like did this, real quickly went into this demand and bounced off month of VWAP, held, we could still do this move. Okay, that's really what I would be interested in today. I want to stay above this most traded price of the week. Okay, even if we briefly go below it, as long as we stay above it and establish value above it, hey, we're bullish. We're bullish. Okay, so what's the bearish? What's the bear? Okay, now what do we have over here? Okay, we do kind of have a weakish low on 53.24 to 53.20 right here. That has not been broken. Okay, you got a demand zone there as well. All right, that right there is a weak low. Let's see if the market can defend that. So, but if we do revisit that, possibly we can get a move. All right, now what do we have up here? Now this is a tip again. Okay, we're in single prints right now. Single prints should not be resistant. They should be cut through like a hot knife through butter. But, okay, if the market starts to push up in them and say like in here you start to get like resistance, lower high, right? What could happen is we can come down here and test the most traded price of Friday. Okay, if we break that, you are going to go down and you're going to probably test this level, just like I said in the bullish scenario. Okay, if you take this out You got month to date VWAP here, and you hold. You could break this week low here and these single prints, and you could ride all the way down to 52.60 because you have single prints all the way down, and then you get to the most traded price of the year, which is 52.70. That's the bull bear line for the ES, 52.70. You want to stay above that to be bullish. Okay. Now, if we take out 52.70, hold, oh boy, you go back. You're going back, and you got more single prints down here. I'm not saying that happens today, but that would not be good. Okay, that would not be good. So that's kind of what I'm looking at. Do I say this is easy? No, not at all. I think under here is very tough for the bears to move down. You need to take out this demand. Then you get cooking with these single prints. Okay. So I think up here is probably the better play. Now, I'll be honest with you. Okay. And this is when I'm just going to give you another tip. When you're trading, okay, I'm giving this scenario, okay, this short scenario. But if we're in a bullish structure, like I said, I probably would rather go for the long here, okay, than try to short that. And I have to see how the market opens. I'm just trying to give you how I look at the market. Even though that could be a viable short, I think the easier play here would be a long. Okay. That being said, we're going to go right to the NASDAQ now. Okay, let's look at that profile together. All right, so we got profile here. Woo. Now, very, very key right now in the NASDAQ. Okay, here's that big level. It's this green box right here, the 185.44. That is the most traded price. This is just crazy now. Okay, get ready. Not only is 185.44 the most traded price of the rolling year a year ago, it's also the most traded price of this year. Okay, and now what just happened? It's the most traded price of the last month, and it's the most traded price of the last week. And it pretty much, look what Friday's most traded price was. Right here. So you have so much congestion there. That's why I said it's a monster level. Now, where's price? Price is here. It's above it. Okay. You need to stay above this in order for the bulls to get a leg up. So you can do this. If we do this and start hanging below here again, that is not a good sign. Okay. Just a monster level. Now, what is that queuing up? That is ultimate balance, folks. When we have ultimate balance, a big move is on its way. And what do we have coming this week? CPI. So, if that number, now, because there's some recession fears, but if the numbers, let's say, better than expected, this could send the market higher. Okay? So, just wanted to give you that nugget. Let's get into the analysis. Like I said, I just did the big level analysis. Okay, but let's look at what the market did. Here's Friday's highs, Friday's lows right at the month to date VWAP. See, that was supportive. Okay. Price is here. We're inside, yes, on Friday's range. Here's the overnight highs. Here's the overnight lows. Here's inventories right in the middle. That is not an edge, so we don't need to talk about it. Okay. Now, all we care about today is the big monster level. Okay, is right here, this area. NASDAQ, you need to defend that like your life depends on it. Now, NASDAQ's different. The NASDAQ has supply zone here, but it also lines up with single prints. Usually it doesn't line up together, but there happens to be single prints in the supply zone. So we're right in supply right now. And there's a gap above us with single prints. Same as ES, except the ES does not have the supply zone with the single prints, okay? So very interesting here. And now look at our profile in the overnight in the Nasdaq. It's very bullish. This is what would be called a bullish imbalance. See that has like a P formation. Usually a profile does not have this formation. A completed profile looks like this, a bell curve. So this is telling me we should expect to move up. Does that mean it has to happen? No. Nope. Not at all. Okay. So remember what I said, big moves coming. Big moves coming. Okay. So let's look at some scenarios here. What levels do we have here? I would say 184.04 to 183. What is that? 83 is a weak low. We also have month-to-day VWAP right here. Okay, that is a weak low, a confluence low. Bulls. That's the last line right there for the bulls in the Nasdaq. That is the last line. I could tell you right now, Tesla's chart is horrible. I would stay away from that chart. Not even a point. We'll look at it, but I'm going to tell you why it's horrible. Now, and good morning, Chief. So I did my analysis over the weekend, so I'm just saying that's not a good chart. So this is bulls have to defend here. Okay, that's the last leg. Yes, I know this level, right? But I'm saying if you dip down here and do this, still bullish. Okay, that's a big level. Now, let's get right into scenarios. Alrighty, let's do it. Let's do bull. Let's do bull. All right. So, what do we got here? We got our big level. All right. And all I care about is that overnight low all the way down to Friday's lows. Okay. Now it's difficult because that big level lands here, but I still got to be, you know, bulls need to defend this. Okay. So, what am I looking for today? We're in supply. So, what am I looking for? We can push up a little bit, come through here. Now, I just want to pay attention to this. The most traded price of the overnight. Those are longs. Okay. What I say before, I don't know if G-Man's here. I say market likes to take care of new business before old business. This is new business, all longs. If we go under here, they're going to take profits. They're going to get liquidated. Okay. We're going to test here. We're going to test the overnight lows. This is where bulls need to step up. So if you come in here, even if you dip your toe into this demand and this monthly day VWAP and you come right across, higher low, then we could possibly clean these single prints and clean this gap. Possibly go to 189. Okay. Below this, and we really push down, whew, not good for bulls, right? The last line is these single prints right here. Now, tip again, single prints should not be supportive. But let's say we do this and we do that. That is bullish. Okay? That is bullish. You shouldn't do that in single prints. That's what I'm interested in as far as long. All right? Now, as far as the shorts. Okay? As long as we stay above this level and hold it, it's not pretty good. It's not really good for the shorts. Okay? But however, we are in supply. So let's do this. We could even do this. Open up, clean single prints, hit the bottom of this gap. Lower high, lower high. What do we have here? The most traded price of the overnight right here. If we come through there, you're going to get a corrective action and we're going to land in here. Now, if you're a bear, it's going to be tough sledding. If you take this out, you could take that weak low out right there, month-to-day VWAP 184.07. You have to take out this demand zone and hold and see if you can clean the single prints and go all the way down here. Single prints are all the way down to 180.64. Right? Then you got demand. This is a big level. I said it, 183.83 to 183.83 to 184.04. That level, the month-to-day VWAP, basically 184.07, has to hold, or this is going to get turned on its head. Okay, and after this demand, there's big single prints here, all the way down to like 175. Okay, so the Nasdaq to me is more appetizing for this level to hold under. I would be very interested if the market's weak, even right here, to kind of just go, okay, I think I might want to look short. Okay, because Nasdaq's above this level now, but could very easily be below it, and then that's a different story for the markets. That's a different story. Okay, that's it, folks. That is it. Now, I'll do the bonus because Chief's asking me, but the Tesla chart is horrendous. So let's look at that Tesla chart real quick. We'll give her some bonus here. We'll go to one of my favorite charts to look at here, right here. No, that's not the one. Where is it? Oh yeah, here we go. I'm just getting it set up, and we'll look at it. And then just the little things that I look at with this chart. Oh, Jesus. That's not what I want to do. Give me 1 second. Okay. Let's go to here and let's look at Tesla because Tesla is just garbage right now. Okay. Now, first thing we're going to look at. Okay. First thing you look at. We're going to look at this daily chart and look at the garbage. Okay. Tesla, right at the year anchored VWAP for the year, in the middle of this crap, right? So it's just in between the 100-day and the 200-day, touching the year-to-date VWAP, below the 50-day. It's just garbage. That doesn't know what it wants. Okay. Will it eventually make a big move? Yeah. But just garbage. Let it tell you, let it lead you what it's going to do. Now, let's look at the next chart. Okay. Which is, this is 30 days. This is a month of volume profiles. Now look at all these distributions. Okay. This is the monthly VWAP. You're underneath monthly VWAP. Okay. Sellers in control here. But we're consolidating here. But still, now, don't get me wrong. Picture this as single prints here. You have to take out 203 and hold it in order to rip up. And you can definitely rip up to at least 220 and go to 230. But what I'm saying is, you need to let the market tell you that it's strong. You need to break up and hold here for the market to rip up. But that daily chart is just horrendous. So many big levels around it. You know, think about somebody who's shorting below the 200-day. Think about somebody who's longing the 100-day. And then think about the anchored VWAP for the year. It's just not a good chart. You know, now someone could say, oh, I went long from here, and let's say this week it breaks out. That doesn't mean anything to me. It's still not a good chart for me to look at. Okay. I'll tell you what is Amazon. We'll look at that real quick. Amazon. Okay. Now, if you notice, Amazon's here below the 200-day, but look at this buying excess. Okay. And year-to-date anchor VWAPs here, so it's definitely oversold. All right. So right here, and what do you have here? Inverse head and shoulders pattern showing up here. Okay. It needs to take out this right here, 169, because you have a gap. That's a void of price action. And you can go right up to that year anchor VWAP right here. Right, the gap fill would actually be all up here, but right here on the swing low is the year anchor VWAP. So I am waiting right here for that. Once get zoomed in here, right here. Look at this pattern. It's inverse head and shoulders, right? Now I want to show you something else in the analysis here. These are equivolume bars, okay? That shows me the largest volume. Now look at the largest volume poking out right here. These are sellers that sold Amazon, and they have not really been broken. That's the largest volume. Okay. Then you got right here nice buying, and now we need to break 168.72 to be exact. Then you have the gap. So if you hold here, You can rip right up to 183. I have it orders ready already. That is a chart that is appetizing to me. Okay? That is something that I'm interested in. Also interested in Nvidia, AMD, but my favorite is probably Amazon and maybe even Boeing. All right? Boeing just got good news. Look at this structure from Boeing. See that big selling, but it's all come. You can picture that as single prints. Okay? And they just got good news. They just got a contract. So I'm looking at this 170 as well in Boeing and see what it does here. Right? Let's look at the daily chart. Because Boeing, look at this swift move. Most trader price of the year is 184. So if we break this, I would expect we at least go to the bottom here at 180 or 183. Okay. All right. I gave you guys some bonus today. We'll have to see what happens. Hope that makes sense, that Rosita. All right. Hope you enjoyed this. All right. And if you're new, now today I had some little hiccups with not everything's totally set yet. So please subscribe, set an alert. That would mean a lot to me. Okay. And if you enjoyed my content, please give me a big thumbs up. I would be much appreciated. All right. And you can always follow me on X at Gonzo719. And you can follow me on TikTok at Gonzo719 Trader. Okay. Now, hope everybody has a great day. We have a plan, and let's execute it. Okay. I'm going to be sit back, be real patient, and hope everybody has a great day. And I apologize if I was a little rusty because some of my settings are a little off. So, but still, hope you guys got some great insight on the markets today. All right. Take it easy, everybody.